Welcome to Germany, where it is time for racing around this extraordinary venue. We cannot wait to bring you this amazing contest in round 11 of the championship. Incredible pictures as we zoom in and go into more detail of this circuit, which runs to 4.5 kilometers, 2.8 miles, 60 to 67 laps to come in total. You've got 17 turns around this venue. All of them can create lots of chaos and action when it comes to the racing. We've got the ultra soft, the soft and the medium compound of tires. As we take a look at the flag of Germany, we are going to run you through the grid. Brendan Hartley is in 20th, and he's alongside Sorokin, who goes from 19th. Stoffel Van Dorm is in 18th position alongside Ericsson. And then you've got Lance Stroll next to Pierre Gasly, who will go from 15th place on the grid. Charles Leclerc is next to Carlos Sainz. The Renault driver will line up in 13th position. Ricciardo, with a 10th place penalty, will go from 12th. He's alongside Fernando Alonso. Esteban Ocon is next to Verstappen, who was given a 5th place penalty as well. So both Red Bulls with a penalty coming into this race. A whole Haas 4th row of the grid, with Magnussen ahead of his teammate Grosjean. You've got Hockenheim next to Sergio Perez. Kimi Raikkonen's in 4th alongside Valtteri Bottas. As we look over to your front row on the grid, and it is Lewis Hamilton alongside home hero Sebastian Vettel. Lights out here in Germany as we go racing in the wet, and it's a good launch off the line for Sebastian Vettel. He's going to have the lead into turn number 1. The Mercedes of Bottas and Hamilton go wheel to wheel, and they very nearly make contact. The Mercedes cause each other to spin in the middle of the road. Dramatic stuff there as round goes Valtteri Bottas at the start. He made contact with his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Drama from the off here in Germany in the treacherous conditions. The Mercedes made contact, and you could see that they were sliding all over the road. It sent Bottas into a spin. You've got Sebastian Vettel in 1st position, Hülkenberg's in 2nd, Grosjean in 3rd at the moment. And there, a big opportunity going to the inside is Hülkenberg. He's trying to defend from Grosjean as we ride on board with the Red Bull of Ricciardo making contact with the 2nd Haas in the field. So that's Kevin Magnussen he's battling with as well. And this is going to be tight stuff as we make our way through. We expected it to be chaotic. It is delivering. Lewis Hamilton, who started on the front row, finding himself down, and he's going to at least get himself ahead of Kevin Magnussen after a dramatic start. This is only lap 1 out of 67. We've seen so much action though. Still, the home hero has the lead. Let's ride on board with Lewis Hamilton. This is the start of the German Grand Prix. Mercedes' home race. So, first of all, not a good launch compared to Seb Vettel. You're going to see his teammate go to the outside, and this is where you can see Hamilton sliding around. Bottas will also be sliding around, and Bottas will not be coming in our picture again now because he found himself spinning around completely. As we take a look, and you can see the Red Bulls were fighting their way through as well. But this is going to be a tricky race for all of them in the field. As we now watch Valtteri Bottas. This is his view. So take a look at this. Goes down the outside into turn 1. Hamilton, of course, struggling to slow that down. And then it's sliding left, sliding right, losing a bit of his front wing, spinning round, hoping the rest of the field don't collect him. Luckily, after he lost his front wing, no one did collect him. And he gets his foot down and continues. But a horrible start for Mercedes. A horrible start for Mercedes. Not horrible for this man though. As you can see, his race story, well, it could have been horrible with that moment where he went wheel to wheel with Perez. So he got past Raikkonen there. You would have seen him get past the Mercedes pair as well. Bottas spinning, Hamilton with no traction, getting the power down. And, well, it means you've got the two German drivers, 1 and 2. We knew that Vettel has the lead, but Hockenheim in second means that is the case. This is Daniel Ricciardo, and it is Daniel Ricciardo down to turn number 1. So he's also had a great start, considering, of course, the penalty. So he will be happy with all of this chaos. There's his teammate to the side who also had a penalty. Both Red Bull pair came into this with a penalty. We're just waiting to see whether we're going to see anything up against his teammate, because of course this is where we saw him battle. We saw the Red Bulls battling with Magnussen. Oh, so a late lunge on his teammate. Late lunge then on Kevin Magnussen. So this is where we cut to it, of course, and this is where we saw Ricciardo go wheel to wheel. So we knew he would have got past Max Verstappen. But wow, incredible stuff from the last of the late breakers. Daniel Ricciardo is on the attack once again. The rain continues to come down in high intensity, finding the room around the outside but going off the road. He thought he would have had the traction, but he went wide. He went wide once, he goes wide twice. He loses out to Lewis Hamilton, and through goes Kevin Magnussen as well. There will be lost momentum for Ricciardo, and you'll have to be careful because Ocon will be waiting to capitalize directly in behind. Let's take a look at this. In the wet, of course, you're finding traction in different parts of the circuit. He thought he would have been able to go all the way around the outside, but when he dipped the tyre into the gravel there was no chance of him continuing, and then you've lost all form of momentum, all form of grip, wide again, and it sees him lose 2 places rather than gaining 1, which is what he would have been attempting. This is a big opportunity for Kimi Räikkönen, trying to make it a Ferrari 1-2. At this stage, the German defense to the inside, but going all the way around the outside, at least trying to. When he gets the power down, can Kimi Räikkönen get there? As these two put on a show at this stage, we're heading down through turn number 7, as you can see at the bottom off screen there. But you've now got Sebastian Vettel with the lead, and still a German 1-2, with Hockenheim in second. Here is Max Verstappen, the Dutch driver, trying to now get past Sergio Perez. That will be incredibly late on the brakes, and he went for it. There's contact, and he was trying to go on the attack at the same time, so that is the move complete for Verstappen, but he had his teammate to the side. He's got his teammate behind now because his teammates got past, so Ricciardo moves up past Perez as well. That's what he's trying to do, at least. As we head down into the braking zone side by side, that's Hülkenberg versus Räikkönen as well. So loads of battles going on at this stage. First of all, you've seen Verstappen get through. Can the other Red Bull fight a way through? He can. Ricciardo moves up to 6th position, and this is turning into the Red Bulls going on the attack. So look at this. Of course, you're going to have Ricciardo putting the pressure on Verstappen. This will cause Verstappen to be late on the brakes because, of course, he has to be careful. He needs to make sure that he outbrakes Ricciardo to keep the place. He runs into the back of Perez, but he gets the position anyway. And then Ricciardo using the traction on the outside to also grab the place. But these two went side by side. They risked it. They went wheel to wheel. Heading down into the next braking zone. And you were also seeing a battle momentarily for second place. And that was the moment where Daniel Ricciardo improved his position as well. Okay, so we find ourselves now with intermediate conditions. So that's what we find ourselves with now. So that was Ricciardo, who boxed, and he's got himself ahead. He's got himself ahead of Kimi Räikkönen. Big moment in the race. So if you remember, we were seeing a few moments ago Räikkönen battling with Hülkenberg. That was for second place in the race. Now it's Ricciardo with a huge opportunity, as he's managed to capitalize, and a brilliant strategy, as you would have heard on the radio, does that strategy take him to second place in the race. He's got the inside line. Daniel Ricciardo moves himself up, and Red Bull, known for their strategy brilliance, proving it once again here in the wet conditions at the Hockenheim ring. And you see Hülkenberg down to third. Could it be Hülkenberg down to fourth? as Raikkonen tries to get this position. Can he go the long way around? I mean, he's been trying to get this position for so long. I think he's finally about to get it. Let's find out. No DRS, of course, in these conditions. Dumping all that battery. And surely that's ahead, way ahead. Not even a contest that time around. As he went into the braking zone. And Raikkonen moves up then. And you can see Max Verstappen directly in behind. Okay, this is Pierre Gasly. And he's battling with Lance Stroll. But he is not going to be the only Toro Rosso on the attack, because you've got Hartley in there as well. And we're about to go 3 wide. 3 wide in these wet conditions. Later on the brakes, Gasly will have the place. Can we see Hartley go the long way around? He'll try to get past as well. Now you've got Ericsson in the mix. And Ericsson will try and take the position away. So, we go wheel to wheel. That is so close to contact. Between these two, they are trying to keep it pointing in the right direction as they do battle through these tight couple of corners. And it will be finally the position gained for Ericsson as well. He gets past Hartley as Gasly also got past Lance Stroll that time around. Well, let's summarize all of that happened. Look at this. Gaining. Oh, the door finally opened on the outside. Tried to be late on the brakes. And then, of course, he's so wide here. And it will mean that he just will be all over the curb. Won't be able to get the power down. It was so close between all of these cars. And you're about to see Ericsson in the Sauber, who was able to fight away by. That was close once again at high speed between these two contenders. And it was how brave could Ericsson be. Could he keep it on the outside? If he could, he would have the inside for the next corner. That's exactly what happened. So it was how brave was Ericsson prepared to go.
These winters are very poor conditions, so I think I can manage with the dry and the damp better than these.
Well, you don't want to be having any troubles.
And box.
Still wet in some places.
Still wet in some places. So we're getting told different information from different drivers. But as you can see, Perez is on the slick tyres. Perez is going to go on the attack. And he's going to try and make this move. Can he go all the way around the outside? He's trying to get past Max Verstappen. That'll be tight on the exit between the two of them. But surely, when they go wheel to wheel through to turn number 8, it will be the position gain for Perez. It is the position gain for Sergio Perez. He's ahead of Max Verstappen. And that is critical for his race as well. So, looking directly in behind. And there's a huge opportunity down towards turn 1. That's the position down to turn 1. So that's Bottas getting ahead of Gasly. So Gasly, the Toro Rosso, drops down. Ooh, sends one. And that's how tight it was. If we go on board and see it from Gasly's on board. This is the opportunity. Sparks out of the back of the car. And the Sauber to the inside. Does the Sauber get past? Stroll tried to get the power down. Rain expected in 2 minutes. Rain's expected in 2 minutes. Could that be another curveball thrown at this race?
Yeah, crazy slippery now. Yeah, I can't keep it on track.
Can't keep it on track. We go on board. And it's going to be lots of fighting behind the wheel for these drivers to navigate their way around to another lap. And here is Valtteri Bottas. Big opportunity now to go to the inside. And Valtteri Bottas, is he able to find a way through? As he will go wheel to wheel with Hartley now. And they went wheel to wheel. And it is going to be the position change. So Hamilton right now is behind Hülkenberg. Hamilton's teammate, of course, Bottas, had a poor pit stop. So he has a bit of progress to make up. So that's his story of the race. Hamilton's story of the race is moving up ahead of Hülkenberg. And this is how it happened. So Hamilton pulling past and getting through. Here's Max Verstappen. And there could be the opportunity. Here he comes, the rocket ship. trying to head through when we go down towards the next braking zone. It's been a very weird race for Red Bull. Good at parts, the opposite at other times. It seems like they're having more success though. Ricciardo in second, Max with another place gained. So this is Valtteri Bottas, and he went all the way around the outside, turning it of course into the inside as well at the same time. And they still went side by side, so it wasn't a position fully gained for the man trying to make up some progress. That was exactly what we mentioned a few laps ago. He knows that he's got to do it. And he was able to do it when they got the power down. And they made their way down towards turn 7. Which seems to be where we're seeing lots of moves finalized. Take a look at this. This is so tight at this moment. You've got Sebastian Vettel trying his absolute best with Daniel Ricciardo in behind. Vettel, the home hero, trying to take the race win. Ricciardo, who's had a very weird race today, trying to end it on a high though. It was a brilliant strategy masterclass. And now at turn 6, it's a dive bomb to try and take the lead. Vettel hangs on to it. Vettel got the power down. And Sebastian Vettel for the moment still has P1. Ricciardo though is going to have a big opportunity to try and take it away. Oh, Ocon slowing.
No! For f***'s sake!
And you can tell that he isn't happy with that one at all. As he came to a halt there. Well, we are behind the safety car, as you can very clearly see. As Daniel Ricciardo dives it into the pit lane. So Ricciardo dives it into the pit lane as he makes his way through. And what is this going to be? It's going to be the full wets. So full wets, of course, with rain coming down. It wasn't going to be the dries. It's a question of, would it be another set of winters? Or would he put on the full wets as he tries to go? A bit more different. I mean, Red Bull, they've already had a strategy masterclass today. Let's see if they can make it too. Here comes Valtteri Bottas. Can he get past Fernando Alonso? Two-time champion on the defense. While Bottas, who was hoping for a better race for his team, Mercedes' home race, right now though, pulling alongside. Not for long, because he's already ahead. He's already ahead by the time they will put on the brakes. But Alonso, of course, always loves fighting. And as I say that, he is going to fight it. He is going to try his absolute best in that McLaren to hang on. And is he going to get better traction? No. And this is into the pit lane for Daniel Ricciardo. And it's a move back to the intermediates. So a move back to the intermediates for the Australian driver. As he will make his way back onto the circuit. And this is going to be very, very tight. There's Sebastian Vettel. There's Sebastian Vettel. There's Daniel Ricciardo sending a lunge down the inside. This will be a battle that will continue down towards the next corner. Wheel to wheel. Can Ricciardo get ahead? The home fans will be cheering Sebastian Vettel on as he is inching ahead. They remain wheel to wheel. They remain side by side. Vettel's got it for the moment. Can Ricciardo fight back? Still the dummy. Wanted to go to the inside. Goes to the outside instead. It will need to be better traction for the Honey Badger as he tries to take the race lead in the final stages of the race. They are banging wheel to the lead in Germany. And Sebastian Vettel's got it for the moment. Ricciardo round the outside. Brilliant from Ricciardo. Vettel backed out of it. Ricciardo was the brave driver. And that means that Ricciardo has the race lead. Superstar. Just take a look at this. All the way around the outside. Vettel got the power down first. Ricciardo had the better traction. They risked it. They risked it. Vettel massively backing out of it. Ricciardo very nearly going off the road. Bravery there. And into the pit lane comes Seb Vettel now. Another set of the intermediate compounds. And he's questioning why he's on the inters. Hold on. The conditions, we cannot see any visible rain falling. Why is he on the inters? And there we go. Well, he's now on the proper tyre, so that is a whole pit cycle. A whole pit window wasted for Ferrari. Unbelievable stuff. Such a major mistake. Well, on a day where we've seen loads of mistakes, lots of errors, Red Bull took the risks when it came to the strategy, and they're going to pay off. And then they let their Australian driver make the moves, make the late moves, make the brave moves, and it rewards him to the checkered flag and the victory in the German Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo crosses the line to win. A brilliant drive and a brilliant strategy by his team. Vettel will come home in second and Hamilton will be in third.
Well done, Daniel. Fantastic. Fantastic. You deserve that. Well done.
Nice job, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant indeed. Credit has to go to both the driver and team for executing that. Okay, let's run you through our race results after that. Daniel Ricciardo ending as your winner, Sebastian Vettel in second, and Lewis Hamilton taking the podium in what has been a day to forget for Mercedes, because they knew if had things gone differently they could have been first and maybe even a 1-2, who knows. Raikkonen in fourth, Verstappen, Perez, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Grosjean, Bottas recovered all the way to 10th. Leclerc and the Sauber just outside the top 10. Then Stoffel Van Dorn, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Carlos Sainz, Brendan Hartley, Marcus Ericsson, Lance Stroll, Sergio Sorokin, and Esteban Ocon, who was our only retirement, which is quite impressive considering the conditions the drivers faced throughout the races.